Where you are right now and where you want to be in the near future or even long term depends on what you execute daily. It depends on what you do daily, right? It depends on your productivity level. Is it low? Is it high? How well you get things done in your life, right? So in today's video, we are going to unwrap and dive into the 12 Weeks a Year book by Brian P. Morgan and co-author Michael Lennington. They both show us on how to get more done in just 12 weeks than what others get done in 12 months, right? In a nutshell, they give us strategies and tools on how to execute, actually have an agency, like a healthy agency on executing our goals and visions and dreams within just 12 weeks, and just get closer to our dreams, to our visions, and goals actually, and objectives, right? So yeah, hi there. For all my old subscribers, thank you so much for always coming back. Thank you so much for always watching and supporting. And for the new ones, thank you for stopping by. I would like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. My name is Lucia Muukua, and I create content that empowers immigrants to just live their best lives, reach their vision and goals, and just stay in their focus bubble, and also equip them with insightful or important information, especially around Germany. So if this is a type of community that vibes with you, that you are into, you are at the right place. So subscribe, hit the notification bell. Alright, so back into today's video, but before we do that, a little disclaimer. Everything that I'm going to say in this video is I give all the credit to these two authors, right? I give all the credit to this wonderful book, The 12 Weeks a Year, okay? Alright, so back to execution. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I love the saying, or rather mantra, that knowledge is power, right? I literally go by that, and hence we even do book reviews on this platform, etc., right? But behind all of that, behind that mantra, I totally believe that knowledge only becomes powerful once you use it, right? You can acquire so much knowledge, but if you are not using it, then it doesn't benefit you at all, right? Great ideas are only good once they are implemented, right? They can only be profitable once they are implemented also. The marketplace only rewards those people or those ideas and visions and dreams that are implemented, right? You can be smart, you can be so talented, have so much natural talents, you can be well connected, right? You can acquire so much knowledge and etc. But if you do not execute on this knowledge, then it's worth less, okay? So that's why execution is key. The barrier that is standing, or rather the bridge between where you are right now and where you want to be and the life that you want to live, is lack of consistent execution, right? So it's not a knowledge problem, it's not a talent problem, it's not that you do not have skills, or you are not educated, or you are not well connected. It's just that you have an execution problem that probably holds you back, right? There's a quote in the book that I totally love, and I'm gonna read it for you right now. It says, "It's not what you know, it's not even who you know, it's what you implement that counts." Right? So again, it's not a knowledge problem, it's an execution problem that we mostly suffer from, or that actually holds us back. So hence, this book literally came at the right time also in my life, now that I am trying to build up even my platform, empowering immigrants, and just I'm trying to execute on so many things in my life right now, and I hope you are too. So let's continue to dive into the book. Just imagine, how would your life change if each and every day you performed at your fullest potential, right? If you did that, what will be different for you in the next 3 months, 6 months, even 3 years, or even 5 years down the road, right? How would you be? How would your life turn out to be if you were at your best every day, every week, right? Because mind you, this life, your life, isn't driven by the you who settles, right? It's not driven by the you who's lazy. It's not driven by the you who gives into procrastination, doubt, and fear, right? But instead, your life is driven by the you who shows up every day. You, a healthy you, the you who is confident, right? The you who comes with their best stuff, making things happen, right? The you who leaves an impact in your own life and in the life of others around you, right? Living a significant life. That life, your life, is driven by that you, right? So how do we get to that you? How do you become that you, right? How do I become that me, right? What things or what actions can we actually take to execute consistently, right? What tools can we use to execute consistently in order to shape our lives, to shape success, and just create a soft life kind of a vibe, and or even just create empires for ourselves, for our children, for our families, right? How do we become that you? How do we do that, right? Well, we have the help of the 12 weeks a year. It's gonna show us exactly how to do that. The approach is to be great at a few things instead of medicure at so many things, right? So you identify top one to three activities or things that you can just focus on. These things that will actually have make a greatest impact in your life, and then you pursue those things with intensity, right? Not by working harder, but by focusing on the activities that matter the most, maintaining a sense of agency on those activities, getting those things done in 12 weeks, right? Instead of 12 months. You know, at the beginning of every month, at the beginning of every year, we all have goals, visions, and dreams, and just things that we want to get done within that year, right? But if the focus is like, oh, you have a whole 12 months to reach those goals, it's kind of like, it looks like it's so far-fetched. Like you feel like you have time, right? So you keep on postponing, perhaps, like, I'll start that next month or so. But if you actually get to do that within 12 weeks, like, you treat the 12 month goals as a 12-week goal. You know what I mean? Explaining that just so that we can understand. Say, for example, you want to get a driver's license. You want to make sure that by the end of 2023, for example, you get your driver's license. So there's a lot of stuff that you have to do to get a driver's license. If you are starting off from the beginning, you have to get a learner's license first. So that means you have to study for that learner's license and then go and register for the learner's license, write the learner's license. Then after you passed, you have to go for driving school, and then and then if you pass, that's when you get your driver's license, right? Eventually. So if you feel like, okay, I have a whole 12 months to get that done, you are like, okay, I'll start learning next month or so, or whatever. So it kind of like, it takes, and then you see people, all of us actually running around trying to get things done towards the end of the year, like, oh my god, I actually had this goal, I actually wanted to get a driver's license. It's already 6 months, we're already 6 months in, so let me hurry up, let me go and register for my learners, let me get things done quickly now. You see, instead of doing that, the old culture, whatever, this book has a strategy of getting started with dividing the year in 12 weeks, right? And starting on your goals exactly at the top of the year or whenever that you are starting, but dividing your goals within 12 weeks. Get started with some activities that will bring you closer to your end goal. We are not saying, it doesn't say that you have to get your driver's license within 12 weeks, no, but you start doing the activities already within 12 weeks that you can just get done within 12 weeks that will just bring you closer to your long-term goal of getting the driver's license. For example, so within your first 12 weeks already, you have a few tactics that will just bring you closer. Say, for example, study for 30 minutes per day towards your learner's license, right? And then maybe on week 3 or 2 or whatever, go and register, go look for your nearest place where you can write the test, register, and stuff like that. So you write off all these goals, and then obviously at the end of every week you score yourself. Did I get that goal done and stuff like that. So towards the end of your first 12 weeks already, maybe you have gotten your learner's license already, and it's already March, for example, right? Because 12 weeks is literally like 3 months. So it's already March or so, you already have your learner's license. The next thing is just to go for driving school, and then you have tactics again, go for driving school once a week, 2 times a week or whatever, and then by mid that year you already have your driver's license. And these goals can be anything. It can be maybe like losing weight, right? If you want to lose, for example, 10 pounds or whatever, then you have tactics, like say for that whole year or so you want to be more healthier, then you have tactics like drink 2 glasses of water per day, go to the gym 4 times a week and stuff like that. And then so you just tick off your goals, you tick off your visions week by week as you go, and within 6 months, within a year, within even 2 or 3 years, your life can change dramatically. So that's the concept of the book. I hope you guys are with me. So the goal is to grow and not get stuck doing low value activities during the year, or even weekly or even daily. Like for me, I used to do low value activities during my day, like cleaning my house. I will clean my house for 2 to 3 hours and daily, right? I like it when my house smells like wealth, but I realized that that is actually low value activities, right? I could just spend 30 minutes to tidy up my house and maybe choose another day where I do the deep cleaning, perhaps maybe on the weekend or so, right? And then I could actually spend all that remaining hours doing things that will actually add value to my life, right? That will just impact on my life and bring in some money and stuff like that, right? Instead of just doing low value activities throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the year or so, we actually do activities, certain small activities that will actually bring us closer to our dreams, vision and goals. So getting into planning our week, how do we actually plan our week accordingly? What is the methods? How do we do that easily, right? And how do we do that consistently? What is the concept of the whole book? Like, how does the book actually show us to reach those goals, like to plan our week like bosses, like CEOs, right? Okay, so it has 5 principles that I've chosen from this book. Actually, it has a lot. So it says a lot here. I won't be able to say everything, but I chose 5 concepts, or rather principles, that really spoke much to me, that really made sense to me. And so we're gonna quickly dive into that. Number 1 is goal setting, right? So we need to have goals, obviously. And how do we get to know what goals are those? Like what goal do I actually want for my life, right? So think about what is it that you actually want to achieve, like truly, right? And what legacy do you want to create, right? For yourself, for your family. What is it that you truly want for yourself, for your family, for your kids? What level of security and safety do you seek? What level of income and fulfillment do you want to achieve in your career? What do you want spiritually? You know, what places do you want to go and see? Really, you should have a compiling vision, and that you are also emotionally connected to. Think of it like a vision board, right? You want to maybe see certain places in your life, travel the world. It can really be anything, right? And then you set those goals. You can also use the SMART method to actually set those goals, or to know also how to actually set proper goals for your life. The SMART method is S standing for the goal must be specific, and then M standing for measure, it must be measurable, and then 3 it must be attainable, like the driver's license example that I said. It is actually attainable, right? You just have to use the right tactics. And then SMART, R must be reliable, and then T, it must be timely. You must have a certain time, like, okay, I'm gonna get this in 6 months, in a year, or even 2 years, or whatever. As long as you each and every week you just do things that makes you get closer to your vision, right? So that is it. Number 1, we need to set goals. We need to have goals and set these goals. For me, I will share with you how I just set my goals. Remember, we said that we had to choose 1, 2, 3 goals that will really have an impact in your life, like the greatest impact in your life. Obviously, there's a lot of things that I do during my week or whatever, but these are the 3 goals that I've chosen. You must choose 3 goals that you can really just focus on, right? So yeah, let me share my 12 weeks, my first 12 weeks with you guys, just to show you, just so that you can have like a template, you know, just to understand, is it like, how do you actually set your goals and how it actually works. So I chose 3 goals. Obviously there's a lot of stuff that I do, as I said, but I had to focus on 3 things that will really just shape my life. So number 1 was self-development, and then number 2, to monetize my YouTube channel, and then number 3, get a C1 certificate, C1 German language certificate, right? So self-development for me obviously is important because I want to be my best self. I want to fill my cup always. Yeah, I need to focus on building me. Like, I need to be a healthy person. I need to be a confident person. My life needs me. I'm the driver of my life. So obviously I need to take care of myself, my body, my emotions, and everything, right? So the tactics to get me there, to get me to that person that I want to be, is to wake up each and every day between 5 to 6 a.m. to do a 2020 is from the 5 a.m. club book that I will also review with you guys later onwards. So that means just set a time, 20 minutes to stretch, 20 minutes to meditate, 20 minutes to journal. So this is the time where I get to spend time with God, have quiet time, meditate, journal my thoughts, have gratitude for life, and just fill my cup like that, right? Go to the gym 4 times a week, it's another one, and then drink 3 bottles of water, 1 liter, 1.5 liter, you know, and then eat healthy meals in small portions. I eat too much, guys. I eat too much. So yeah, and then sleep 7 to 8 hours at least, and then have a 1 day of dry fast every new month. So on the first of every month I have a dry fast to just get closer to God spiritually. So these are my self-development goals and tactics, actually weekly tactics, right? And then for to monetize my YouTube channel, which is my second goal that I'm focusing on in this 12 weeks, it's obviously monetizing my YouTube channel is to start getting paid, to grow my subscriber base to 1,000 and get 4,000 views, which I had they also reduced now. So yeah, so the tactics that I'm gonna use to get to that point is to have 2 YouTube videos per week, Wednesday and Sunday, hopefully, and then scripting and doing research content ideas on a Sunday, recording. Then I have a recording day on Tuesdays, then I have Wednesdays and Thursday for like do my Instagram posts and stuff like that. So these are the tactics that I have to do each week, yeah, during my 12 weeks. And then for my and then number 3 is to get a C1 certificate, a German certificate, and so I will do a daily 30 minutes of learning German on YouTube just at home. And then on the 24th of August I'm going to register for classes at Volkshochschule, yeah, and then I'll start attending evening classes, and then also during at home I'll start doing these 30 minutes just learning by myself as well, checking my homeworks and stuff like that, so that I can just get closer to that goal of getting my C1 within my first 12 weeks, right? So these are my goals, and that's how I set it up. So that's how you can also set up your goals. Choose 3 goals that are really specific, that will have impact in your life, and then choose a few tactics that will help you get there. And those goals can be anything, really. For those of us that are here in Germany, maybe you are an au pair, right? You want to maybe start to do voluntary work so that you can be able to get your Ausbildung, you know, you want your Ausbildung, maybe that is your goal, and you want to also learn the German language starting from A2. What tactics are you gonna do? What apps are you going to use? You want to travel Europe, you know, which countries are you gonna go to first? How are you gonna save? How much are you gonna save? So your goal can be anything, really. Now you want to learn a new language, you want to go back to school, you want to get your driver's license, or you just want to save up for a certain thing, you want to spend more time with your children, or whatever, right? So set your goals, and then and just get the tactics that you will be doing each and every day that will just bring you closer. What's number 1? And then number 2 is time management. Now, I love this one totally. Now, you know that everything that you want to accomplish will require an investment of your time, right? Yet, time is the most squandered of our personally God-given resources, right? We really squander it around. We need to be mindful on how we spend our time, how we spend our day. Then if you do this, you will know when to say yes and when to say no to things that are going to distract you. You know, you will know when to say no to things that will distract you, and you know when to say yes to things that will actually help you accomplish your goals, when you actually are mindful of your time, on how you spend your day and your week, right? So structuring your time, structuring your day and your week is quite the key. So after you have set your goals, you need to structure your time. You need to structure your day. When and how are you going to do these goals? Now, when are you going to execute these goals? So the 12 weeks a year book shares an amazing system on how to manage your time, and that is called blocking your time blocks, right? So you create time or block time out that is dedicated for you to complete your strategically task or those important activities or tactics that I just mentioned here as well, for those blocks, right? They have 3 blocks that they talk about here, and I'm just going to quickly read them out for you. Block number 1 is to have a strategic block. A strategic block is a 3-hour block of uninterrupted time that is scheduled into each week. During this block, you accept no phone calls, no faxes, no emails, no visitors, no nothing, right? Instead, you focus of all your energy on pre-planned tasks, right? Your strategic and money-making activities. Okay, so that is the first block, a strategic block where you set aside 3 hours in a week to focus on your activities, right? The second one is buffer blocks. Buffer blocks are designed okay, so buffer blocks for some 30 minutes buffer blocks a day. I don't know, to achieve, I don't know which part to read, to just when we don't take time off from work to achieve greater, I don't know. Okay, so maybe I'm not going to read it out from the book, but buffer blocks, from my understanding after reading the whole chapter, is that you set aside 30 minutes of your time during the day during this time you get to do low value activities, not really around the house but around your goals, like maybe doing admin work, checking your emails now, responding to messages, even personal messages as well. This is the time now where you go to scroll on Instagram and check who said what, or even use that time to actually go on your YouTube channel. For me, my goal is to monetize my YouTube channel, so I'll use that buffer block time to just go check my analytics, check who commented on what, respond to comments, and just connect with the community, right? So yeah, that's buffer block. And then the third one is breakout blocks. And breakout blocks is also setting aside time to have a little bit of fun, to have a little bit of rest, do what you love, go dance a little bit for an hour or whatever, listen to some nice music, go out for a walk or play with the kids or whatever. Just remember to take a break out, to take a break during the week to do the things that you actually love. So that's how you manage your time. That is the system, time management system that they have. Remember, it's 3 blocks. Have a strategic block during the week or day, have a buffer block, and have a breakout block, right? So yeah, moving on to number 3 is to have accountability. Now, you have heard of people, I've also been there before, where you have heard of stories of people, we just blame other people for our failures. We don't take responsibility for our own failures, our own choices. We always try to look outside of ourselves to blame people. We blame the environment, we blame the government, we blame the social workers, the Ausländer water, right? Our au pair host families and whatever, right? We always blame other people. We always try to look outside of ourselves if things are not going right? maybe on our goals, on your visions, on your dreams. If there's something, obstacles that you're facing, we always try to blame it on other people and have a victim mentality kind of a thing, right? Like, it's because of that, it's because of this, it's because of that, but we never take ownership of our life. So this book emphasizes on having accountability for your life, having to have responsibility to own your life, right? Own your life, own your actions, own your choices, own your goals. If we make mistakes, which we are going to make, right, let those mistakes and those failures be a roadmap where we will learn from and not blame others for those failures and for our mistakes, right? And like, in a nutshell, having accountability is literally having accountability for yourself, right? And just stop having excuses, right? Even if the excuses are right in front of you, begging you to use them, right? Not have excuses. Get up, own your life, and get working on your goals. Now, being accountable, it's not easy, and at times it is very unpleasant, you know. But if you are serious about your goals, if you are serious about your visions, about your dreams, about who you want to become, you need to take ownership of your life, right? Now, the book shares a few tips on how to foster accountability into your life. And number one is to resolve to never be a victim again, right? Don't be a victim. Don't have a victim mentality. Don't give away your power. That's like giving away your power, right? Number three, stop feeling sorry for yourself. Okay? It's okay to be disappointed or to be sad when things don't go your way, but don't let that linger for too long, because then you will be in a pity hole, right? Self-pity hole. And then after that, it leads to depression, right? So you must have a great mindset. You must manage your thoughts and manage your attitude as well towards your life, right? And then number four is be willing to do different things, right? If things are not going your way, be willing to do different things. If you want different results, you need to do different things daily. So be willing to have different actions, do different actions that will just help you reach that goal and just help you reach your visions, right? And then so number four, associate with people who are accountable, right? Associate with accountables, right? Stay away from victims. and if they are important people to you, if this victim mindset people are important to you, then at least try to influence them not to be victims as well, right? There's a proverb that says that he who walks with the wise becomes wise, right? So you want to walk and stay with people that you know this person is accountable for their life. This people is getting things done. This person is always showing up. This person doesn't act like a victim all the time, right? Even though you see that they are struggling, but you see their thoughts, their attitude towards life is just positive, right? So these are the type of people that you should associate yourself with, or at least try to influence other people to live like that as well, right? So these are the type of strategies that can just foster accountability in your life. All right, so that's it on accountability. Let's move on to the fourth principle that will just help you reach your 12 weeks a year. And number four is commitment. So looking at the definition of what a commitment is, I'm going to read here from the book. It says, a commitment is a conscious choice to act in order to create a desired result, right? It's a state of being bound emotionally and intellectually to a course of action, okay? So literally is a decision that you make beforehand to reach your goals no matter what, right? To go after your goals no matter what. So you make a commitment to act on your goals no matter what happens, right? So this is also a way of being accountable, right? So if you are more accountable, if you can trust yourself, then you are more likely to meet your commitments. So you see how those work hand in hand. You first have to be accountable to own your life, and then after that you need to commit yourself to doing those things, right? So the book also shares four keys to have a successful commitment, right? 4 keys 4 keys to successful commitment, right? Number 1 is to have a strong desire. You need to have a strong desire to reach your goals. Your goals and visions must be compiling, and you must be emotionally connected to it, as I said at the beginning, right? So you must have a strong desire to reach your goals, no matter what obstacles that you will face, no matter what hardship that you will face. Like if you have a strong desire, if you go through stumbling blocks, because the desire is so strong, you might be able to just win, right, and go over it. And then number 2 is to have keystone actions, right? You need to have keystone actions that will help you be committed to your goals, right? Like for example, making those 2 videos per week, right? Those are keystone actions that are there. I don't have to go start my day and like, okay, what am I gonna do today or whatever. I will lose commitment. I won't be committed if my day is different all the time, right? So if I have keystone actions of I know what to do, then I'll be more likely committed to it oftenly, right? And then number 3 is to count the cost. You need to count the cost beforehand, right? Whatever that you're going to be committed to is going to require a certain sacrifice. What is that going to be for you, right? Like for me, having to monetize my YouTube channel, I'm gonna have to work really hard, right? Maybe obviously I'm gonna be out of my discomfort also if I have to go to the gym, right? It's hard to go to the gym. It's hard to lift up those weights, and having to walk to the gym all the time and then walk back again, it's going to take my time, it's going to be hard. So you must be able to count your cost beforehand and then be willing. If you know the cost already, you are more likely to commit to it, because then you know, like, okay, this is what I'm setting myself up for, but I know the end result already. I know what I want from it, right? So I know what I have to go through. Because if you don't count the cost, when you are now suffering, when you are losing out the money, or you are taking this risk and you are facing problems or hardships or whatever, then you are like, oh my god, like, what did I get myself into? Rather not. You might just stop there, quit, or even maybe start delaying it and start procrastinating now because you are feeling uncomfortable, right? So you must count the cost beforehand. Have intentions, know exactly what you are getting yourself into and how you are going to win, right? And then number 4 is to act on your commitments and not your feelings. After you've counted your cost, you must learn to act on your commitments and not on your feelings. I might feel, yes, this uncomfortable to lift up weights, go to the gym 4 times a week or whatever. I might be losing money, having to buy equipment for my YouTube channel and stuff like that, and making it better and stuff like that. But then I am going to focus on my commitment and not how I feel. Show up every day, and your feelings will not take you anywhere, right? And especially also when you're creating new habits like this, your body is going to fight against you, right? Because it's not used to it, but it will learn. Your body always learns. Your brain, it's like it always grows, it expands. It's like a sponge, right? It can filter out all the things that you are used to and just create these new habits. So continue to follow your commitment and you'll get used to it, okay? So those are the 4 strategies that will help you to be successfully committed, okay? So that's it on commitment. So moving on to number 5 of the principles that I've chosen from this book that really stood out to me is keeping score, right? Measurement. Now, measuring yourself or measurement is quite the whole thing. Measurement is the whole thing that drives the whole execution process, right? If you are not measuring yourself, you won't be able to know if you are making progress, if there's any breakdowns during your week or during your weekly 12 weeks strategy. You won't know if you are really doing the right things, if your tactics are helping you to reach your goals, if you are not measuring yourself. By measuring yourself, I mean keeping score of your goals, right? I even have it here on my piece. On my first 12 weeks a year plan, you could see here that I have a weekly scorecard in percentages, right? So you score yourself in percentages. How did I do well in terms of waking up early? How did I do well in terms of going to the gym 4 times a week? How did I do well in terms of setting up those 2 videos per week for my YouTube monetization monetization to monetize my YouTube channel, right? How did I do well? So that's how you keep score. You need to keep score so that you know if you are actually progressing, or if you are being successful, if this is helping, if the tactics is helping you, or should you actually make a few changes or not. So keeping score, measuring your week is the key to having a successful execution, on your goals in your life, right? How I actually measure my scorecard weekly in percentages is that obviously you have 100%, right? So you distribute this 100% in your 5 tactics. For example, if you have 5, right? So each tactic gets like 20% each, right? So the goal here, the goal that recommended by the authors is that you at least have to have you at least have to score 85%, right? So then you had a great week, right? But even if you score 65 to 70, it's okay. You'll do better again. The goal is to stay in the game and continue to get better and better and better and better, right? So that's how you actually score yourself in percentages. And another pro tip also that I'll give in terms of measurement is to have an accountability partner, right? For me, my number one accountability partner is God, right? God holds me accountable for my body, because my body is a spiritual being. My body is his temple where he gets to dwell in. So I am responsible to take care of it, to eat healthy food, right? To go to the gym 4 times a week. So he holds me accountable for that. And he also holds me accountable for the blessings that he has blessed me with, right? Like being here in Germany. So I have to wake up every day to respond towards that blessing, right? Get my C1 certificate, create content that helps others, help impact other people's lives, and even also my own life in the process, right? So me showing up and doing this work, it's like a way to respond to my God-given blessings, to respond to what God expects from me. So he's holding me accountable. So you should get an accountable partner. It can be anyone or anything really. It's like, it can also be your mom. Maybe you want to buy your mom a house in the future. It can be your kids. It can be your spouse, whoever is holding you accountable. But you should have an accountability partner, someone that you can also do something with. Perhaps maybe you go to the gym together, or you journal together, or whatever really. But just get an accountability partner if you can. If you cannot, God is there. God can be your accountability partner, believe me. I think he does it best. But that's just me. So those were the 5 principles, or just a few concepts and principles that I've taken from the book that has really stood out for me. Yeah, I don't need to repeat them, right? I hope you guys get it all. So yeah, you guys are now also my accountability partners because I just shared my whole 12 weeks plan with you guys. Yeah, so obviously you guys are now also watching me like, hey, is she really putting out those 2 videos per week and stuff like that. So I'm gonna treat you guys also as my accountability partners. Okay, so also do let me know in the comments below if you want me to create a video and just share my results after I've completed my first 12 weeks that I just shared with you. Do you guys want me to come back with the results as to how it went and where I'm at after the 12 weeks? Maybe I can get a separate video on how it went, what was my failures, what was my successes, and maybe where my YouTube channel is standing at, and just my self-development and my C1 certificate, if I got it or not, or what are the steps and how's it going, you know. Yeah, let me know if you would like me to share that after 12 weeks, after I've completed. So 12 weeks from now, this is my first week already, guys, actually. But now my first week started from the 20th to the 26th of August, right? So 12 weeks from now, let me know if you would like me to share my results with you guys. So that's it. So yeah, that's it from the 12 weeks a year book and me, right? Thank you so much for watching till here. I really appreciate it. I will link the book down here, down below on my description if you would like to purchase it. It's a total recommendation if you want to reach your goals fast, especially now that we are also towards the end of the year already, and hopefully we will continue the 12 weeks. My second 12 week will already be in the next year of 2024, so I'm really very excited for it. And it's a book that I'll recommend to any of you guys also if you want to get serious on getting those visions, goals and dreams right. So I'll link it below in the description. Yeah, as I said, thank you so much for watching until here. Don't forget to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. So share the video and subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when the next video is out. And that's it from me to you. Peace and love. Do take care.